Mujo bondi. Angeni kone charo. Echo acha. Echo.
That's chilling at my place.
That's chilling at your crib, huh? You even say, oh, you've got a quota.
Just waiting for breakfast.
Just waiting for breakfast. This is it. Okay, cheers. Yeah,
Mjomba Starface writes on Sheyzo. This is a long story. I knew Sheyzo for a very long time before I ever worked with him. I knew him as a junkie young man who roamed the streets of Chingola town begging for beers and insulting even those who gave him a coin. Sheyzo a few years ago. After a few years I moved to Riverside and discovered we were staying in the same street, and later discovered he came from a very well-to-do family and very responsible people too, and whatever he was doing was just a child losing his way, and family could not be blamed, they had tried. He knew me, so he would pass at my place where I stayed with a friend, and he would ask for a 2 kwacha or 5 kwacha for a cigarette, and when I would give him. So one day I decided to teach him to fish and help him shape his character. And so I took Sheyzo in. In January 2021, when I first did a video with him, he was so difficult to work with as he always had issues remembering his script, so I kept recording him line by line cause he needed a lot of learning to do.
Hey. So iwe, ava pa mulungu chitire nani? Kusasa viki ava pa chisoishi. Tawaikire, isi brutal punishment.
Ava pata diction.
Dating wiki shi haa. Uwe na ukwata ma security ego ninga bofya hii.
Mapanga na pa, mtoto atowe hapa.
Ngule fwa chipandu kefi chochine chimuto kwa kwata, chipandu kefi, mtu kwa wali mchishaini.
Furthermore, Mjomba is an actor and comedian, rapper who works for Kiwempala Life Films, which is owned by Shadrack Mwasika. Kiwempala Life Films owns filming equipment which it hires out to people at a fee of 3,000 kwacha per day. When we are hired to shoot events we charge 8,000 kwacha, but when we have to shoot a clip and produce it ourselves we charge 5,000 kwacha for the halves, 3,000 kwacha for regulars and 1,000 kwacha, even less for upcoming content creators, just to help them up. So every time Mjomba makes a video that is paid for 1,500 kwacha should go to the company that owns the production. Whatever remains is what I distribute between the acts. That's how the company has managed to survive and upgrading the equipment. And also an agreement is an agreement. If I say I can pay you a 2 kwacha for a job that is worth 4 kwacha, insult me when I haven't paid you your 2 kwacha. Also, when a person is in college they don't get paid until they graduate and get employed. Even big companies will take someone on internship for a long time until they learn the job. Actually, interns are professionals who don't have the industrial experience yet, and sometimes they don't even employ them eventually. Even the government has civil servants who are even qualified but are not on payroll. I'm the only person I know who is teaching a person a job that is now sustaining him and was paying him during his time as an intern what was agreed and got insulted for it. Sheyzo was with me for like 9 months. In that 9 months I managed to keep him from being a drunkard, gave him a career, cleaned him up, taught him to conduct himself, almost got him into rehab. I was on my way to giving Sheyzo the dream of his life to be a rapper by taking him into the studio. Y'all know the songs we did shortly before the fallout, introducing him onto the stage. I almost got him there when people got the best of him. Told him all sorts of things and the family to demonize me and turn everyone against me. My acts show for themselves and my help towards a brother can be seen. The whole country knew Sheyzo the junkie vitriolic young man from Chingola, but under me they knew a respectable young man whose life started blossoming. That cost me. Making a character is expensive. So many people come to me and want to pay me money to make them like Sheyzo. That is a very big name I gave him, and if he has a good team behind him he should be making money than Facebook posts. You all know and remember who Sheyzo was and who he is now. I have been an entertainer for more than 10 years. I was never given his opportunity I fought to get here. My fame came at a cost of hard work, sleepless nights and being disrespected that I will go nowhere, but I shore with him all that glory in less than a year. Fame is not easy to get, ask all these celebrities you see. And also Sheyzo was not my partner but someone who was working for me. Magnate is my agent, he has a contract with 1xbet who are his clients. There has never been a day when I ever asked how much he gets from 1xbet to pay me what he pays me. I respect him and his deal with 1xbet. I can only complain to him about what concerns him, and I don't care if 1xbet gives him 500,000 kwacha for my head. I don't know, but all I know is I can't go into his area. That's so unprofessional. My agreement with him is between us and our work relationship can't cross that line. In short, our relationship is symbiotic. We depend on each other. Same way. After my wedding, Sheyzo continued to stay with me and my wife, but the behavior and disregard toward my wife, I realized he needed to be at his parents since he was now even doing much better. Towards the end of September, I had a meeting with his family, his dad and his mom, where I told them to say Sheyzo needed rehab, and I think I posted this on my Facebook page that I was looking for a rehab center. The reason was to take Sheyzo there. I told his family I would pay or look for people to partner with or speak to Magnate and see how best he could help us. We discussed and the conclusion was that I do that. After asking around, someone told me it would cost about 15,000 kwacha, so I told his family. From the last time we worked, the money I was owing to put in his account, I was going to add the remainder to that effect. We counted the money and I was owing 4,250 kwacha. We did like 4 videos in advance from there cause we had a trip to Lusaka. When we got to Lusaka, I spoke to Magnate, who offered to pay the bigger part of the bill for the hospital while I would pay other expenses and the difference from his bill payment, and I was so happy to have him say he was willing to help. When we came back, however, I noticed a few changes where Sheyzo and my camera guy became arrogant, not knowing they had planned that now they knew how to act and shoot, and so they would work without me, just themselves and the family now. I was told there was a family meeting at Sheyzo's place where this was decided, so I went to the family and we discussed. I told them I have no hard feelings for you and your son, and the complaints I have been told that I eat money belonging to your son. Let us not fight. Let us not go for each other's throats. No. I am glad your son has now found what he can do in this world, but please take good care of him. This is entertainment, and as for the 4,250 kwacha that is remaining, please, I will pay you, but not today. We had an understanding with the family and I left disappointed. I was disappointed because if there is anyone who was supposed to understand the vision, it was them. All I did was love the guy and give him a career and ultimately a life. Even the insults I'm receiving today is because of my help to him. Normally if I take up new talent who knows nothing, I won't pay them for like 6-8 months because they know nothing I'm teaching them. They are a liability and an investment, just like Sheyzo was my investment. It's expensive to teach someone acting because you will invest resources in so many logistics. Now imagine how expensive it would be to turn a junkie into a clean masterpiece. I should not be insulted. Even if whatever is being said were to be true, I should still be respected. You don't know how hopeless that brother was. He was so finished. I gave him my heart. At one point he got filmed drunk to stupor when I was in Lusaka. I drove all the way back just to come and control the situation and clean his reputation. In response, Sheyzo wrote,